A bit of damage, yeah, I'd agree. Okay, they lock in the Sora.
And the Sora is amazing going up against Lilia. Lilia does not have a lot of HP. He can burst her down.
Galaxy Phoenix versus SAETA Esports. It's our first knockout round match. It means so much. Single elimination. You lose, your key is crushed. You will no longer have the chance of glory to earn the trophy over on that very stage. Of course, though, if you win, it's only a couple more series before you lift the trophy yourself and earn $150,000 for first place. It's Galaxy Phoenix versus SAETA Esports to start our knockout round. Athena, Gideon, take it away.
Thank you so much, Reflections. Man, this draft has been a little interesting as we come on into the series. This is going to be an interesting one. We're expecting some big team fights, but also some of these picks have been also really looking for the finer details, right? Looking for ways for maybe Sora to not only punish this Lilia, but more importantly, can also stop the Tigreal if necessary. They got so many different tools to utilize. The question is whether or not the laning phase is going to be okay.
Let's see if that will reflect onto rotation here for GXP. You know what? You're right. They are kind of doing the research here onto what fit or works best for SAETA. Remember from their first ever matchup against Falcons ID, they actually used this Hirara. And then for the second game, they locked in the 2-0 with the Tigreal. Fantastic job, by the way, by Fanwa. So let's see if Galaxy Phoenix has something in store for that duo as well. Now, considering that we are also looking in the Bruno for Gaiga, which is somewhat new today for today's meta.
We have seen a couple of teams actually, banning it out, but this might be first blood here as Fanwa forced the flicker away, losing an important battle spell prior to the very first turtle of this game. But coming back to the marksmans here, it's interesting because even Winnie recognizes, Gaiga is currently on a lane bully. Not only do I need to get the hybrid defense, oh my goodness, but also the tenacity. Even so finding first blood is already great here.
Okay, that's a great start. So SAETA is actually starting off things with another rolling around kill here for Joe, and for GXP, it's all about the timings as well. Remember, for the Balearic, there are certain conditions that has to be met before you actually go in with the Wrath of Dryad, and all of that will be possible as well if Ling is able to back up right before a turtle take, and which in this case is going to be cornered or circled around by SAETA division, and Joe is still keeps on farming and relaxes their stance. No asserted dominance yet, or no clashes being initiated yet here for Galaxy Phoenix.
And it's very understandable. After finding that first blood, they know for a fact that Fa is unfortunately not at level 4 at the right time. So this is pretty uncontestable, assuming Soul was able to find just a couple more camps to get to level 5. Even so, we're already seeing the first few movements, and Cloud Drift's out.
Okay, Ling is risking it all. It's Fanboy yet again being targeted, and this time it's Galaxy Phoenix taking in the kill. Joe with a counter setup kill here, but Ling but you take it down. Meanwhile, that's too messy. Jessica was beautiful summer onto the back lanes. They just have different targets here for SAETA.
Sophia, beautiful three-point shot with a Mystic Projectile over the wall to not only make Fa's job easier, but now this is a winning position. They just need to deal with Jessica.
Okay, now they're hovering over here onto the turtle. It's Fanwa yet again with the position. She doesn't have her ultimate yet, so it's going to be GXP cornering most of the members here for SAETA, and Jessica with a jump will hit no one, but instead it's Ling hitting in the face here for Joe with a double kill, plus a perfect Mystic Gush to top things off here for GXP. They might as well just grab the turtle while they're at it.
Yeah, you can tell that GXP is kind of nervous, and even SAETA, both of them are playing very anxious this game. The turtle contest was also a little weird. It was a little 50-50, and honestly, I think it's technically in Zoe's favor in the earlier stages of the game, having so many abilities and high base damages, out base damaging, unfortunately, the Baxia. It's 600 to 800, and now we're going to see Name in trouble.
Okay, that's a forced Black Shoes onto Name. GXP knows there's no pure fight yet. Meanwhile, for SAETA, the plan B in motion right now. Just let Guy play her lane. But it's Fanboy yet again. It's a continuous harassment onto her that makes SAETA division SAETA rather had a hard time to actually initiate some of those fights.
But look at this, both sides are not wasting too much time. So made this similar invasion early on, netting them first blood. She's back here again just to slow down Fa even further.
Okay, now for Galaxy Phoenix, all they have to do is somehow continue this kind of dominance into the map. And speaking of which, it's going to be Jessica 66 being targeted here. That's 2 women onto her. And Fa will get the last hit. Even one of the backbone here for SAETA is having a hardest time against GXP.
Yep, this is the beautiful plays coming out from GXP. Very high level, showing presence down by the bottom side, already assuming after mentioning and also seeing so on that top side. It's still a bit of a mistake and an overextension from Jessica. Even so, Ling is coming up big time. 3-1 and 2, gonna get plenty of money off of this. In terms of the side lanes and who's doing really, really well, it's Guy with plenty of money. It's Winnie with the EXP lead, but it's Ling really leading the charge.
She is the master here onto the XP. Meanwhile, that is not going to look good here for Jessica 66. And now Sophia initiates with the Mystic Gush. Lemus will with a follow-up right of Dry. There's going to be the taunt. Joe trying to run away with iframes. It will be enough. But sadly though, onto the top lane, they won't be able to try and contest their positions here onto the neutral objective.
Beautifully played.
Oh, okay.
Really, really well played for GXP's side. SAETA tried an attempt here, but they don't. I think they need to understand that GXP's combination is very plug and play. It doesn't matter what order it comes out in. As long as you get CC, you are going to die to the gush.
Simultaneously happening here onto the map. There's going to be a kill. Solo kill here. Still laying on top of everyone else. They're really transitioning quite well here for Galaxy Phoenix. Getting a turret, getting a kill, you already have the turtle as well. So now we totally see the importance of what it does to our XP laners when you're kind of bullied early facing into this game.
I mean, when you make back-to-back mistakes, unfortunately, in that laning phase, that's when it gets really, really rough. Especially when you go over to these neutral objectives and not find some kind of gold back for all of your contributions. Even so, GXP not going to completely let them go. Look at that, 1.6 to 700. But if we look at Guy's side, Guy, unfortunately, only 71. Not enough of a lead to become a lethal just yet.
Yep, and that full responsibility of the damage will fall onto her shoulders later on. But it's also Galaxy Phoenix to actually try and corner her out. They're trying to choke out most of the damage or impending damage as SAETA could actually go in against Galaxy Phoenix. But for now, Silpha on to Fanwa. We haven't seen a great implosion play yet because she is just continuously being harassed here by GXP.
She's actually getting targeted quite a lot by the poking damage. Oh, wait, Conceal coming through, targeting towards Ling. Probably not going to be a good idea, but here comes the cavalry as Fa going to initiate.
Okay, it's Sophia yet again. A very great Mystic Projectile plus a follow-up Mystic Gush. Okay, falling down low air is Fanghua. No frontliners here for SAETA Division. Both are kept busy here by GXP. Meanwhile for Joe, going in for another plan in action, which is to somehow push off some of the lanes against GXP.
Overall, it's still a winning matchup here, but GXP, they got to be careful. SAETA, they already found their set play as they look for the second kill.
Okay, Flicker was exhausted here by Sophia, but still, for SAETA Division, that might have been quite an opening or a small window that they could totally maximize before they try and contest this big objective. But it looks like Ling already has it covered. It's Fanwa yet again that she sees Jessica from the back. Will they be patient enough to wait for the perfect timing? Conceal play. But meanwhile, it's Ling taking down Guy. And now GXP finally gets a chance to actually shut down most of the damage dealers are supposed to be. It's going to be 3 members down. Chase down onto Jessica 66. Meanwhile, it's Fa and Ling jumping onto Name. During the triple kill. Will he go for the Maniac? Yeah, indeed. That's going to be a Maniac kill for Ling. It's a queen for this game.
This is starting to get out of control as GXP have found their stride, and unfortunately for SAETA, communication is breaking down. Lilia did not have enough mana to have a sustained fight. The fact that you already saw Ling walking up into your backline should be the signal to back off. With that being said, the economy lead is going to be clear, 4.4k, and SAETA unfortunately can't make any invades happen to equal it out.
Just when he thought that Guy will be one of the last resort for SAETA. She's also been targeted here for GXP, and you're right about that. You have to be more aware on where Ling, even Lama, is actually going around here on the map of SAETA division, SAETA rather. And it's kind of a bit sad to see that 9 minutes in the game, jungle's already been compromised, and now Joe has to resort to somehow just clearing up the bits of the waves onto the sides just so she could slowly build up her stacks.
Well, I mean, honestly, I think Nami should have just said, guys, we need to, it's either we delay this or I recall back and get my mana, because unfortunately, even if she does decide to use the black shoes, it's too late to get all of that health and mana back, but now Rapid Giants into combo.
Okay, that is just too much of a burst here for Galaxy Phoenix. Now they go in far onto Fun 1. Nami tried to run away. There's no black shoes at all to save her. And it transferred back onto the damage onto Guy. She will be backing away. But Galaxy Phoenix got most of those kills. The Shui women down. Plus, they might even get a T2 onto the mid lane.
Oh man, they've set this up perfectly. They can guarantee an inhibitor here. They broke the Holy Shielding, and now they're going to go for a little bit more. With this next Holy Shielding about to fall, they have perfectly set up the next potential fight. And it's going to be, I guarantee you, they're going to get this Lord. If SAETA can steal this somehow, that would buy them a guaranteed 6 minutes into this game.
They've waited for this moment. For Galaxy Phoenix, it took years for them to actually perfect, to actually try and get the super team that they wanted, to put their faces, their team, and the MWI map. And there they have it. Very dominating win against SAETA. One of the teams who fought a way to actually win a fight against Falcons ID. And now it's GXP asserting their dominance. Looking at this one, of course, we see some clean discipline as well when it comes to rotations, plus the easy conversion of kill, then turret, kill, and then objective. Very clear attitude here for GXP.
I mean, it's reflected by the score, 2-15 so far. It's just closing this game out. It's going to be a little bit harder than it looks, especially since Name is starting to scale and dealing with these waves well. So, fortunately, not going to get caught here, but they find Fanhua instead.
Okay, Flicker. Fortunately, hasn't been activated here for SAETA, but they have another task in here that they have to melt down as fast as possible. It's going to be the Lord that GXP has and marching onto the bottom. Very nice of them to kind of delay things off onto the mid lane, even onto the top lane. Now the pressure is on. Macro control here for Galaxy Phoenix. Winnie onto the sidelines here, and Lemma with a Wrath of Giant. Funnel immediately down. There's no more counterplay here for SAETA. All they can do is run away while Lane chases them down after back lanes, and Winnie goes in with a blazing duet. The cherry on top, Galaxy Phoenix is doing it. Complete members marching in towards the base. It's SAETA trying to fight for their life here. Jessica and Joe Guy will manage to do that, but still, they're on the brink of losing here for game number 1. So close, but still, they can definitely still survive for a few minutes or so against GXP.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're not able to cut through absolutely everyone just yet. And the spawn timers is going to allow the rest to actually come back into this fight. GXP could have forced the end there, but decided to take the safe route. This could be a potential mistake if SAETA is able to find a turnover fight, a complete wipeout against GXP to close out the game. I would say closer towards the 14 to 16 minute where the death timers are long enough for them to crush through 2 to 3 towers in one go.
And for that, for Galaxy Phoenix, they just kind of want more cleaner and clearer assertions of clashes here.
I think that if they're going to look for the cleaner and an assertive way to play, they gotta ruin the position of Sophia. But just like mentioned in the beginning, right? Their plug-and-play combinations, now that all 5 of them can get involved, it makes Ling's job really easy. Instead of just, hey, I gotta go Cloud every single time. Not necessary if the combo actually lands.
And now, let's see if something will finally land here for SAETA. But one thing's for sure, those bullets are gonna land onto the last bit of base hurt onto the top lane here for SAETA. This is making it harder for them to go outside and try to somehow farm, even contest the Lord that will be spawning right on cue.
All right, now they're going to have first position here. This should be a pretty free Lord for the side of GXP. SAETA, unfortunately, must play the defense. As soon as they start walking out, but more importantly, since their jungler is about to get revealed on the top side thanks to that top wave, GXP have nothing to fear. Now, SAETA, how do we play defensive in a composition that just has so much counter engage? if Fanhua decides to flicker forward. Unfortunately, a majority of the important members on the side of GXP have some form of counterplay. Sophia will never be anywhere close to the front lines. Winnie has a Purify, so that only leaves you with just a bunch of tanks, one of them who wants you to be in their face.
Yep, and problems keeps piling up here for SAETA, especially Fanhua being the first to go down each and every clash. So for GXP, it just makes it easier for them, right? No more frontliners. All they have to do is do their thing. Ling goes in with punches, and the rest could just focus fire onto the base, which might happen into the next wave.
Well, let's see, because now it's about time, and you can see that Fa is already trying to pull the attention apart.
Okay, Lord has to be melted down here for SAETA. Now they're too focused on the setup here for Fanhua, risking it all. Even with the dark play, is able to do it, but the damage just isn't there yet. GXP focus fires onto the base, gets the game number 1.
That is the cleanest closing I've seen from many different teams here today, yesterday, and the day before. But GXP, they do it by the book. They do it honest, and it feels like a snake wrapping around your neck. You just choke out. You don't even feel the pain. It just goes black and the game's over.
Definitely. And now for Galaxy Phoenix, they only need one more win to stay another day and fight for their way onto the semifinals. Meanwhile for SAETA,